Good morning, Mr. Ru. My name is Wei Jun, and today we're going to talk about the 6 stages of the problem-solving process in handling the problems of a personal experience. And these are all my group members. They'll be involved in this group assignment. And this case study will reflect a person named called Derek, a Malaysian student that pursue a degree in robotics in Singapore. Basically, he faces financial struggles due to unexpected tuition fees and lack of financial support. So at first he considered giving up, but he still decided to seek financial assistance and manage his expenses creatively while balancing academic commitments and daily life demands. Okay, so we're going to talk about the first stage of handling this problem, which is identifying the problem. So in order to effectively address a problem, it is crucial to acknowledge its existence and identify its nature. So Derek has recognized the existence of his problem. So it is essential for him to identify the core issues related to his issues. So Derek should first conduct a self-evaluations to determine his knowledge based on these current situations. And second is what kind of result is Derek aiming for in these situations. So thirdly, Derek should make it a priority to entirely analyze his problem and identify the key issues so that he can develop solutions. So moving on to the second step, which is analyzing the problem. So the first one would be viewing the problem from different perspectives. So we will analyze the problem from perspective of others authorities such as university, government, and or Derek itself. So from the perspective of Derek himself, as an international student, so he'll be facing several financial challenges, including high tuition fees and the cost of living. So he will need to seek out ways to address these issues. From the perspective of the university itself, so it also need to emphasize the importance of effective communication with students regarding the tuition fees and other expenses. So moving on to another components, which is identify the component problems. So in this part, we're going to analyze the problems based on the fact that larger problems are often composed of component problems, while complex problems are typically made up of smaller and individual issues. Okay, that's all for my part. I'm going to pass it to my next group members.
Okay, as a student, it could be hard to find themselves in financial trouble out of the blue, but there are few solutions that Derek might be able to find ways around the problem and keep pursuing his education. Firstly, Derek should talk to the financial aid office at his school or college as soon as possible if he is having trouble paying his tuition. This office normally helps students find out if they might be eligible for financial help, scholarship, grants, or loans. Grants are money that doesn't have to be paid back, and loans are money that has to be paid back over time. Some of Derek's loan may not accumulate interest while he is still in school because they are subsidized. However, interest may start to build up as soon as he gets an unsubsidized loan. Students from Malaysia who are going to school in Singapore at a regional school can apply for the Malaysia Bursary Plan. Singapore Institute of Technology says that it gives out a bursary of up to 5,000 Sing dollar each academic year to help cover living costs and other fees. Derek might be able to get a student loan from a local bank in Singapore since these loans usually have lower interest rate than other personal loans that could help him pay for his living expenses and other costs. There are also some scholarships come from the government, but others come from businesses or private groups. Derek might look for and apply for scholarship that match his academic achievement and interest. In addition to financial aid, there may be other sources of funding that may be explored. For example, Derek can look for freelancing or part-time job that would allow him to make funds to cover educational expenses. He may also consider starting a crowdfunding effort to solicit donations. One may utilize several crowdfunding websites. Another option is to seek regional grants or scholarship to assist kids in their situations. He may start by contacting the local companies, businesses, and community organizations. And Buddhist Suji Charitable Foundation is one example. Besides, developing a budget may be a helpful tool for handling money matters and identifying methods to save costs. Start by looking through direct costs and determining where he can save. This can include cutting down on entertainment costs, finding more affordable commuting choices, or cutting back on dining out. Moreover, ask for aid from relatives or friends prepared to contribute monetarily. Think about contacting them, like by reaching out to relatives or friends willing to help. Derek can receive additional financial support to help cover his expenses. This might ease some of the financial strain he may be facing. Financial difficulties may be a source of worry and stress. Derek could get a feeling of relaxation and be able to concentrate on his academics if he received financial help from family and friends. This might include taking out a loan, requesting a loan, or getting a gift to assist in paying his tuitions. And if none of the above options work for him, Derek might consider taking a break from school to work and save up money. This may also give him time to explore other educational opportunities or options that could help him further his career goals. That's all for my part, and I would like to pass to Xinghui to continue her part.
Financial struggle may be a difficult experience for students and might impact their academic development. Get help from the Financial Aids Office by looking into their possible eligible for financial aids, scholarship grants, or loan. Derek can also apply for a study loan to cover his educational expenses, even if he does not have the financial to pay for them upfront. However, there are some terms and conditions that Derek may encounter. The application process can be competitive, and Derek may not be selected for funding even if he meets the eligibility requirements, such as maintaining a certain GPA. The study loan must be repaid with interest, which means that Derek will be paying back more than we borrow for many years after graduation. Looking for freelancing or part-time employment is an excellent solution for Derek who is facing financial challenges. Freelancing or part-time employment provide flexibility to work, which can be especially beneficial for Derek since he needs to balance his work with his study. It can help Derek develop new skills that could be useful in the future. Crowdfunding is another option for Derek, since setting up a crowdfunding campaign is relatively easy and there are no upfront costs involved. However, there are some disadvantages if Derek looking for freelancing or part-time employment. Freelancing or part-time employment may take time away from Derek's study, which could negatively impact his academic performance. Working while studying is that it may limit Derek's involvement in extracurricular activity or social event. Crowdfunding platform may charge fee or take a percentage of the fund raised. Developing a budget can be an effective way for Derek to manage his finance and identify ways to save money. It can help Derek achieve his financial goals. Another advantage is that budgeting can improve his credit score. It can improve Derek's financial decision making, will improve financial well-being and peace of mind. There are also some limitations to this method. Derek needs to spend time tracking the expenses and categorizing them. Another disadvantage is that a budget may limit flexibility to spend on unexpected expenses or opportunities that arise. Derek could consider reaching out to relatives or friends for financial support. It can help to ease his financial stress and provide him with a sense of emotional support, since receiving financial support from loved ones can help Derek to maintain his relationship and build stronger connection with the people who care about him. However, Derek may feel uncomfortable asking for financial support from others and may worry about damaging his relationship. Receiving financial support from others may create a sense of obligation, which can be stressful or emotionally taxing. There may be a power dynamic if Derek is receiving financial support from someone who is in a position of authority or influence over him. Taking a break from school to work and save our money can be an effective solution for Derek. Derek can earn income through a job or multiple jobs, which can help him to cover his expenses and reduce his financial stress. Taking a break from school also can provide Derek with a relaxing time from the stress of academic life, which can improve his mental health and well-being. However, taking a break from school may affect Derek's academic performance, so returning to school after a break may be challenging. Derek may need to adjust to academic life again and may have difficulty re-engaging with his study. Taking a break from school may also delay Derek's graduation date and could potentially impact his career in the future. That's all from my part. Now I would like to pass to Alice.
Hi, Miss. My name is Alice. So now that we have a clear understanding towards what are the advantages and limitations of each solution that we have suggested, we know that which is better compared to another and which is worse. After taking in all the considerations that we have, out of all the alternatives, the best solution for Derek to overcome his financial difficulties is going for grants and scholarships. Commencing with its mission of charity, the Duchy Charitable Foundation has always been focusing on providing financial aid to the underprivileged families, as well as study grants to students like Derek. So this grant can provide a significant amount of financial support to Derek and also help him to enhance his resume. Because why? The grant is competitive and receiving it can set Derek apart from others. This can be a highly valuable addition to his resume and make him stand out. Grants and scholarships also often come with opportunities to network and build relationships with other students and professionals. So this allows Derek to build connections that can benefit him both personally and professionally. He can also get exposed to a new environment that allows him to develop global perspectives and broaden his horizons. And he also gets to learn about different ways of thinking, different approaches to problem solving, and different cultural practices. The exposures can lead Derek to become more adaptable and that he will be better able to navigate cross cultural situations in his future career. So, after making the decision of getting a scholarship, there are some specific steps that could be taken by Derek. First and foremost, he should do a thorough research about the grant to increase his chances of being awarded. And next, he should take note of the application requirements and prepare the supporting materials. And Derek should also stay calm, stay patient and persistent, not to be stressed during the application process, communicate his financial situation clearly and honestly, and also carefully consider the terms and conditions of the scholarship. And once completing the application, Derek must always make sure to follow up with the scholarship provider and also his status of the application. So the last step, which is like a further thing for him to do, is to develop a plan to become financially independent because he might be overly dependent towards the scholarship, which is a bad thing for him. So he should seek out resources and support that can help him to accomplish his goals. So now I will pass it to Paysan. Thank you.
Now I'm going to start my part evaluation. The selected solution is SIG Regional Grants and Scholarship. While this solution has several advantages, there are also risks that Derek should consider before applying. The first risk is that some scholarship may require working in a specific field or location after graduation. Some scholarship, like the ASEAN Undergraduate Scholarship, require students to take up the MOE tuition grant and work for a Singapore registered company within the 3 years of graduating. While this scholarship can provide financial assistance and job opportunity, they may limit a student career option and may not align with their long-term goals. Students may find themselves uninterested in the field or location specific by the scholarship or prefer to pursue a different career path. So the second risk is the uncertainty of funding. Normally, the scholarship selection and process is essentially 7 months long, with many interviews and procedure. Scholarship program may have limited availability and funding priority can change over time, making it challenging to be awarded a scholarship. Next, why this solution work effectively? Often, regional grants and scholarships tend to offer a wider range of benefit than other financial aids. Scholarship or grant benefit may vary depending on the program, but they typically include financial assistance to cover tuition fees, living expenses, and other educational costs. For example, the Tzu Chi scholarship will cover tuition fee, accommodation, health and assistance insurance, as well as living and book allowance. So seeking others financial assistance like from Singapore University is less effective for direct because an international student receive less funding and have limited option available according to the Ministry of Education Singapore because they main focus in Singaporean students. So next, compared to having a part-time job in Singapore, seeking regional grants or scholarship is a more stable and appealing solution for direct because they provide a predetermined amounts and payment schedule. So if direct wants to work in Malaysia before enrolling in university, he would need to work for long period to earn a small salary due to the currency. Although he may spend long hours, his salary may not be enough to cover his living expenses in Singapore because Singapore living cost is higher than Malaysia. The next solution is crowdfunding. Compared to regional grants and scholarship, crowdfunding is less effective for direct because it requires a lot of effort and time to promote and manage. So on the other hand, regional grants and scholarship usually have a more established selection criteria and provide a level of credibility that crowdfunding campaign may not. In conclusion, seeking regional grants or scholarship is a viable solution for direct who are facing financial difficulties in pursuing their education. Compared to other options such as part-time job or crowdfunding, scholarship and grants offer a more stable source of funding with less effort and time commitment required. Furthermore, certain regional grants or scholarship may provide opportunity for long-term support and skill development. In the case of Derek, who is an international student studying in Singapore, seeking regional grants or scholarship in Singapore may provide a more practical and feasible solution to his financial constraint and compared to seeking financial assistance from the university or external public bursaries. It is important for Derek to conduct research on the various scholarships and grants available to him and plan ahead to meet application deadline and provide necessary documentation to qualify for financial aid. So that's all from our group. Thank you.